Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for catching day six of my 21 day live challenge. Today I am going to speak about being a specialist. Be a specialist. Now, there are some people who are serial entrepreneurs and they like to be able to do 1,000 different things. However, I have found value and I have found it is a very solid business move for you to be a specialist, for you to be known, to be the expert in one area instead of being a generalist. Now, let me tell you how I see generalist versus specialist. So, when I first moved to Texas, I decided to um, go through a program. Well, actually, I went through the program first and they placed me in Texas. But I went through a program and they said, okay, Terry, you are going to teach high school math. And I'm like, what? And then fast forward, I actually end up taking the generalist exam. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll be teaching middle school math. And that exam was for generalists for grades 4 through 8. So what that meant is that when I passed that exam, I would be able to teach fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, or eighth grade. Math, science, social studies, reading, ELAR, depending on where you are. I was able to teach any of those things with that certification. So when I actually got placed at a school, I had no idea what I was going to teach. I thought I was going to teach math. I ended up teaching sixth grade science, and then 2 weeks into the school year, I was moved, and then I started teaching eighth grade science. And to be honest, it was an unforgettable experience. By the way, if any of my former scholars are watching this live, hello, you guys make me proud. You ladies make me proud. Scholars, you make me proud. But here's the thing, I had no idea which subject area I was going to be teaching because I had a generalist certification. And so, what I am sharing with you is that if you try to be a generalist, then people won't know what you truly specialize in and what you do, and how what you do can help them, and how they can help you by referring more business to you. So today I met with a former client of mine. We did a policy review and it was great. Excuse me. And as I did the policy review with him, I asked him if he had any more questions. He had several questions about things in the financial services space. And so I was able to take down all his questions. I answered the questions that he had, but then I also looked at which areas I was not an expert in. And I said, "Oh, you got questions about that? I have someone I want you to talk to about that. I have somebody I can refer you for that." For example, when we start speaking about estate planning, I can talk about estate planning. But in terms of needing an estate planning attorney, I am not an estate planning attorney. But I help people get prepared to meet an estate planning attorney. So it's good for me to get to know more estate planning attorneys, and I referred him to one as well. I also spoke to a gentleman today who is self-employed. He's a real estate investor. He does not have any income from a 9 to 5, so he also doesn't have any benefits. And so he was looking for coverage for himself. I explained all the great things that I have to offer. We did the financial needs analysis, but there were a couple of things that he needed assistance with that I do not offer. So guess what? I referred him because I am a specialist in my area. And when I made those referrals to those specialists also said, "Terry, thank you very much for this referral. How else can I help you and how else can I support you in your business?" So I am okay with people knowing that I do a few things well, than for them to say, "Oh, she does 100 things, but she doesn't do any of those well." So I'll tell you what I do. So I own TNA Financial Group, and TNA Financial Group is a financial services firm. and we specialize in helping business owners create, grow, and protect their retirement. I am also a licensed professional, financial professional, so I too can serve clients in over 22 states. I also coach women in financial services and insurance how to make financial freedom a reality, and also how to double their incomes in 90 days. And I can say that a lot of the things that I do in my business for professionals, I've actually used my experiences from being an on-the-job training coach, from being a instructional coach, for science and social studies teachers, for being a school principal. I'm able to apply those things and break down what is complicated and confusing and make it easy for people to understand. As a matter of fact, I was speaking with a woman yesterday, and I showed her, and she's been in the industry for some time. She has been licensed, but I showed her how to make what some would call an IUL, or Index Universal Life Policy, how to make it easy for her to understand, easy for her to process, easy for her to illustrate, and also easy for her clients to make an informed decision about. And after I worked with her, I said, "How are you feeling?" She said, "Whew, finally, I've been needing to meet you for a long time. Where have you been my whole life?" So I am grateful to be able to pour into other women in financial services, and in insurance, and in business, and be able to help make what seems very complicated and complex simple and easy to understand, easy to promote, easy to process, and easy to help other people with. Spoke to another lady yesterday morning, and she was like, "Terry, you actually give a lot of great value." She's a part of my women's group. I have a private women's group for women insurance agents specifically. And so she's in that group, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, you give so much value in that group for free. I can only imagine the type of value you give when people actually pay you for your knowledge." I said, "Well, I'm blessed to be a blessing. I am okay being a specialist and not a generalist." See, here's the thing. If you hurt your toe, you're not going to go to a dentist to ask them how to help you heal. No, you're not going to go to a plastic surgeon if you have been diagnosed with cancer. No, you need to see an oncologist. See, you want to find a specialist, and I am here to share with you that if you are a business owner and you're not attracting the type of clients that you want, it could be because you are not being seen as a specialist. Do more of what you are really, 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 really good at. What do you want to be known for? I am known as a forever teacher. I am known as a forever educator. I am known as a financial professional. I am known as a businesswoman. I am known as the lady that goes live all the time on Facebook talking about my live challenges. I'm the lady that's pushing other people to do the 21-day live challenge. As a matter of fact, I called a guy today, and he said, "What's your name again?" I said, "Well, I got your information from this person, and I'm calling you for this reason." He said, "What's your name again?" And so I said, "Terry Alford." And he said, "I knew that name sound familiar." I said, "What, we're Facebook friends?" He said, "Yes, we're Facebook friends." I said, "Oh, good. So my name sound familiar? You heard of me before? Or did you say my voice sounded familiar?" And he said, "No," I said, "Your name sounds familiar, but if you want me to say your voice sounds familiar, I'll tell you that too." I said, no, that's okay. Because if you said my name sounds familiar, that means my name is getting out there. But if you said my voice sound familiar, I know that you are probably somebody that has been watching my lives, or maybe you see me at an event, or maybe we've just been in the same space at some time. Long story short, again, if you are a business owner and you're looking to be strategic this year, I'm going to encourage you to become a specialist. Become a specialist. get known for doing a few things really, really well instead of trying to do 1,000 different things. And it's okay, even if you can, like with that guy I spoke with earlier, he had questions about like his credit report and paying off debts and a lot of things. Like I gave him some advice, but with a lot of those things, I was like, I'm gonna give you my take. We spoke about eliminating debt using the snowball effect or the snowball strategy, and using the avalanche strategy where you're paying off your debts, but you're starting off with the credit cards or the loans that have the highest interest rate. Yes, we talked about that. I know some of that stuff, but however, I'm going to spend most of my time making sure that I educate him on how to protect his legacy, how to plan for his financial future. When he has children, I want him to be informed of how the $1 million baby works, how he can grow money for his children's future and his children's children's future. If he decides to start a business, how he can make sure that if he does start a business and then he become ill after he becomes self-employed, he has money that he can access. I'm going to handle all of that. We can spend a lot of time on just that, but those other things, I like to give just a little bit of information and then refer him or her to a specialist. And you can do the same thing. I thank you for joining my live today. If you feel like this live is beneficial, you can give me a thumbs up. Hi, Garrett. Hey, Samia. I see that y'all are watching. Thank you for watching my live. Thank you for joining. If you found this information to be beneficial, give me a thumbs up. If you feel someone else needs to hear this information, share the video, tag them in the video. You can send me a DM as well. If I've said something that have made you think about your own finances and you're like, well, Terry, I want a financial needs analysis too, you can contact me using the information below. You can call 682-305-1593.